On this episode of Office Spaces, sound solutions that are acoustic and artistic. An idea that started on a paper napkin has been revolutionizing big fan performance ever since. Plus, furniture that's so smart, it can anticipate your every need. Office Spaces starts right now. Welcome to Minneapolis, home to the Twin Cities and Sawmill Private Management. Just take a look and a listen, and you'll witness how this space solved its acoustical issues with the use of Basotect, a melamine foam created by BASF. Basotect provides acoustical solutions without compromising design, and it can be converted into any shape to transform any space. Dave Little is part of the architectural team involved with the Sawmill project. That starburst pattern on the ceiling was spawned from the company's unique backstory.
Sawmill started in 1901. It's a family-owned company in the lumber industry. They would convert raw timber into paper and building products. We wanted to pay some sort of homage to their roots in the lumber industry. So our idea was to use Basotect baffles and make an analogy between these baffles and how you slice up a tree into dimensional lumber. Either plain sliced where everything is parallel like this, or in the open office where everything is a radial pattern. That's how you make quarter sawn wood. It's really clean corners, really crisp, and yet it's still very soft and absorptive to sound. It's a very pure building material.
Stacy Fink is an A&D specialist at Armcom, an acoustic paneling provider. Dave worked closely with Stacy. Together, they chose the right materials for the Sawmill design.
In today's design, there's a lot of open office and hard surfaces that are being incorporated, so the acoustical products are more and more important in today's workplace. When you get into an open office environment, there's generally a lot of background sounds and noises, and incorporating baffles such as this helps reduce the sound that's going on in the space and also creates a nice design element to add to the ceiling that's exposed. So when HJ originally reached out looking at the Pinta product for this space, they sent a couple of renderings over, which included the linear baffles that are up in the reception area and then the starburst pattern that's right behind us. And this seemed like a perfect opportunity to incorporate the Pinta baffles. These blades tend to work best with the Basotect material.
Here at Pinta Acoustics is where the conversion of Basotect begins.
Basotect is an open cell melamine foam that is typically used in acoustic applications. Because it is an open cellular structure, the sound waves can migrate into the foam and get trapped and then be absorbed by the foam.
In addition to room acoustics used in trains, planes, boats, and automobiles, it's often used as pipe insulation and HVAC ductwork. And there's a good chance you even have a small piece of Basotect foam to erase scuffs off your walls at home.
We have a particular grade of our Basotect that is used by consumers as a cleaning sponge, where it can erase scuffs or marks off of a surface.
The chemistry of the polymer provides fire resistance without the need of chemical additives. The chemical composition of Basotect also instills both bacteria and fungus resistance in the foam.
It also is very good at near cryogenic temperatures. So it maintains its flexibility and stability across a very wide range of temperature. We have 6 different commercial grades of Basotect. For room acoustic applications, we typically have 2 grades that we promote. The Basotect B is a white foam. So if you have a designer or an architect who really wants to promote a bright white type of foam, or if they want to dye the foam any particular color of the rainbow, they're going to lean towards the Basotect B. If they're less concerned about the color, you could potentially go towards the Basotect G+, which is a light gray. Basotect has a great deal of performance applications, especially for room acoustics. It is extremely lightweight, very easily handled by one installer. It has good flexibility, and you don't have to worry about fibers coming off of the foam. We manufacture the Basotect foam in Germany. We cut it into these large blocks that we call buns, and then we export it all over the world.
Let's take a look at how Basotect's melamine foam blocks go from here to here.
This is the first stop for the Wiltec foam. When it comes off the truck, gets brought over to this area here. the foam is run through and it's sliced into individual panels. And from there, it makes it further into the production line. Next step, depending on the product we make, it could be the convoluted rollers. Sonics is our flagship product. It's been around for a long time. It's been used a lot in very famous recording studios throughout the world. I guarantee that your favorite band has recorded in a room with Sonics. Let's take you over to the Boimer machine. And this is where we take the foam blocks and we put them through, and they basically, in this particular case, we're cutting what we call whisper wave clouds. We can also do custom shapes, convex, concave shapes. So right now we're cutting a slight S-shaped curve, and then it would suspend from the ceiling and help absorb ambient sound. So the reason that Dave went with the product was because we could accomplish the look he was after. He wanted an organic, plank-like look, and that was easy for us to do. The options are endless when it comes to customization. We can cut different letters, shapes, different things in here, different depths into the foam, up to 5 inches thick. But this is what we're all about. We want to take their vision and we want to make it a reality.
Basotect gives architects, building owners, and interior designers sound absorption options along with peace of mind.
At BASF, we create chemistry for a sustainable future.
An idea that started on a paper napkin became a reality in 2014 and has been revolutionizing big fan performance ever since. Better blades and daring designs are a result of their constant commitment to innovation. So when it comes to their competitors, they just have one thing to say.
Go fan yourself. What did you just say? The name, Go Fan Yourself, says it all. We're a company that brings what I call fun energy to the business world. Go Fan Yourself produces fans that are designed for spaces that don't have the ability to circulate air. These blades are so unique. They're 12 feet in length, which makes 24 foot in diameter.
The Z-Tac was their first fan to hit the market, and it blew away the competition.
What makes Go Fan Yourself different is our Z-Tac blade. That blade is a stepped, symmetrical blade, which is unique in the industry. When we designed the Z-Tac fan by Go Fan Yourself, one of the design criteria was this thing has to work in reverse just as well as it works forward. So we create air turnovers per minute in the heating seat.
These fans move so much air, 425,000 CFM. That's a massive amount of air movement. It's like almost a helicopter on the ceiling. We could cover as much as 25 to 30,000 square feet.
One of the great things I like about Go Fan Yourself is the almost limitless things we can address within a manufacturing facility. Whether you have problems with sick building syndrome, floor sweating, too hot, too cold, you just don't like the fact that your HVAC system runs as much as it does and costs you as much as it does. You want to help your people feel more comfortable so they're more productive. A properly engineered system from Go Fan Yourself not only does that for you efficiently, it does it cost effectively. Especially our new Z-Chill system. What Z-Chill is able to do, it's the perfect marriage of two technologies. HVAC, so be it heat or cool, and an HVLS fan, high volume, low speed fan. So we can bring the tempered air on hot days from an air conditioning system. We can bring heat up here in the cold parts of the country to places that never had heat before. Once it homogenizes that air, you'll have 1 degree of separation from the floor to the ceiling. So the heater will run less. Your HVAC system will run less. It's just better for your people, for your operations, for your bottom line, for every part of your business.
At Go Fan Yourself, they realize that not all spaces are a one-size-fits-all approach.
A lot of places are linear, and a linear motion of air makes a whole lot of sense. Taz fan is linear, and maybe that is different, and we all know different is cool. And the beautiful thing about it, if you need wind speed, that 6-foot fan turns at over 300 RPM. It generates far more pure wind speed than even the 24-foot Z-Tac by Go Fan Yourself. The air coming out of that thing will actually reach you 200 feet away from the fan. A lot of times your loading dock space is not very wide. I've seen some of them typically maybe 50 feet. A lot of them are down around 30 feet. The Taz fan makes a great solution there because you cover the majority of the space. When you're that linear, the Taz fan can be set up to either be single direction or bi-directional, where it'll reach out 100 feet in each direction. So you just come 100 feet from the wall, you drop a fan, you go 200 feet away, you drop another fan, and they just cross cover.
To create a fantastic end-user experience, from the customization to the packaging, Go Fan Yourself partnered with Johnco in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Jonco Industries is an industrial manufacturing company. We do everything from industrial sewing to water jet cutting to laser cutting to protective packaging. We look at the packaging and more just protecting the actual unit. We're looking at creating an experience when the customer receives their fan. So when we were designing the packaging around the fan, the Go Fan Yourself logo is a pentagon. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to incorporate their logo behind the packaging. So we created the packaging using a lot of different equipment, one being a water jet cutter. So we actually take the foam, we water jet cut all the silhouettes for all the components that go into the packaging. That way each individual piece has its own location in the packaging.
So here you can see some of the incredible packaging designed here by Jonco. Not only is there a part in every place, there's a place for every part, and it helps our team know exactly what to put where. Just want to highlight our down tube. This is a 1-foot down tube, and you can see 2 separate safety cables. Go Fan Yourself is the only company that actually protects both hardware connections with a safety cable.
What we also do for GFY is we also offer customized package. So if one of their customers wants a different color fan blade, we can help assist them with the customization of that aspect.
Customization has become a very big part of our business. While I'm very partial to the black and orange of Go Fan Yourself, I think it looks hot, it looks fantastic, stands out in the facility. We did one for a customer that was blue, silver, looked beautiful. I gave him a lot of credit for actually kind of coming up with the idea with Jonco and making that fan theirs.
The guys at Jonco don't just assemble and package the fans, they're also fans themselves.
What's great about these fans is they're awesome year-round. In the summertime, they're really great at cooling, and in the wintertime, they really help with the heat.
GFY continues to revolutionize the fan industry with the advent of their newest air and lighting system, Recirculite.
The idea came about because what we wanted to do is really address the spaces that we weren't in before, and those are schools, office spaces, hospitals. If you don't have air movement or air circulation, that's where the spread of the viruses, bacteria, becomes a big, big problem. We saw an opportunity to create this product, Recirculite, which addresses those issues. This is a product demonstration of Recirculite. We're creating a fog, and what you'll see is this fog is being pulled up through the LED troffer, and effectively we create this destratification within these spaces. We're able to help reduce the sick building syndrome. We can lower your HVAC tonnage costs so we can reduce your energy expense every month. This product does it all. There's no other product in the world like it.
Go Fan Yourself, a company that is definitely different, and different is cool.
Nostrovia. No, that's a joke. That's me saying I'm done.
Welcome back to Office Spaces. Did you know that the average person spends nearly 1/3 of their life in an office? A staggering statistic which begs the question, shouldn't work be as comfortable as possible? Meet one company that says,
Yes.
LogicData is a worldwide company that develops mechatronic systems for adjustable furniture. Today, we're at their North American headquarters to find out about some of their newest innovations. But first, let's find out more about what LogicData is all about.
We actually make the furniture move. It's our components, it's the motors, it's the control boxes, which go into, for example, an height adjustable desk, and that makes it go up and down.
At LogicData, we create products for intelligent adjustable furniture that help the well-being of humans. So the future office, as we envision it, will be a place for socializing, for learning, also for collaboration, but focused work as well.
Grand Rapids is the capital of the office furniture industry, so it made perfect sense for LogicData to set up shop right next to their biggest clients.
LogicData got its start making control boxes for adjustable bed frames. We expanded our business to go into height adjustable tables, but now we've come full circle. We're getting ready to introduce in early 2018 a brand new adjustable bed frame. And really that speaks to our goal of being able to adjust and adapt to your life. We want you to be able to adjust your height adjustable table at work and then come home and get comfortable in your adjustable bed.
While technology evolves by the minute, LogicData stays ahead of the curve by committing half of their workforce to innovation. And by having offices around the globe, they're able to harness the minds of the best and brightest.
Austria has a large number of engineers. 50% of our staff are innovators. They're working in the R&D department every day. And so we have to collaborate regularly with those guys and exchange ideas.
But we would like to bring products to the market, to the end user, which allows them to adjust according to their needs. In most cases, we're facing the fact that we have 3 generations working within one office building, so we have to serve different demands. And what we are trying to solve anyhow with our mechatronic components is that people can work their way.
Let's take a look at how LogicData creates a personalized experience for every employee.
This is an inline actuator. This actuator fits into a desk lag. So as you can see, it's a double spindle system, which allows the actuator to extend to up to 664 millimeters. It moves with a speed of up to 38 millimeters per second, and it can lift up to 800 newtons.
LogicData takes testing seriously. Let's go to the lab, where they make sure their actuators won't buckle under pressure.
Jim's here to help me to test our actuators.
Okay. Yeah, so what we do is, with our actuators, the apparatus itself weighs 90 pounds. We add another 100 pounds. And then, depending on the test that we're doing, we'll run the leg up to 60,000 cycles. So when we're running it, we're testing to make sure that our actuators are strong enough, and also the other features inside the legs work well.
We ship thousands of parts every day, and that's growing. We expect to see 30 to 40% growth in the height adjustable table industry over the next 5 years.
The reason behind the sales boom is thanks to an increased awareness of the importance of health and wellness. This is driving OEMs to offer more height-adjustable furniture options.
The employers have the benefit of workers that are more healthy and more productive.
LogicData is a company in motion when it comes to innovation and when creating the future of the company. Taking it one step further, working hand in hand with customers and suppliers to develop new ideas and applications.
LogicLink is a communication hub which incorporates different kind of state-of-the-art communication interfaces like Bluetooth. We're talking about Wi-Fi, active NFC.
LogicLink is a communication hub that coordinates the function of multiple devices in an office environment. From simple memory settings for user preferences to full-scale integration in facilities management systems, connecting the user to their work environment.
You can put that card onto LogicLink, it will read the card, and as you can see here in this showcase, also the light is adjusted according to her needs and make it a personalized experience for each employee.
With the minds at LogicData constantly thinking about how to make this happen, the future may be here sooner than we know it.
How do people work in the future? Do they even have a desk? Or will they have just a chair and a display somewhere? We tried to make things smaller, more lightweight, more efficient. And we continue that path over time to serve the needs of the office furniture in 5 to 10 years.
Rhode Island, home to some of the most beautiful and historical architecture in America. Now meet the people who are revolutionizing this age-old facade.
This is the story of a brick. The heaviness of brick and having to put that on the outside of a building as a veneer becomes very, very complicated. It's very, very costly to build an energy-efficient brick building. Unfortunately, brick hasn't changed, but the way we build buildings has changed.
Clay brick's great once it's finished, but the whole process, transporting it, getting it on site, moving it, laying down the mortar, making corrections, if there's ever a problem, having to cut them. A lot of things can go wrong in the entire construction process.
In the brick business, the fastest growing part of the brick industry is thin brick. Brick's trying to get thinner. It's trying to get more lightweight, but it's still rigid, it's still heavy, and it still really doesn't have a place with the way we build buildings today.
So when a breakthrough idea was presented to the folks at Drive It, they knew it was going to be a game changer.
I said, "What do you think?" And he goes, "Wow, how come I haven't seen this before?" I knew right then that we had something that was pretty attractive to the market.
It's one of those things you look at and you say, wow, it's so simple. Why didn't someone think of this?
I tried to understand how could we emulate brick? How could we make something that looks traditional but has the energy efficiency that is unheard of? So this is new brick. It's been in the works for about a little over 5 years now, and it's now part of Drive It's leap forward in the innovation and revolutionary new products. there's several problems in the construction industry, right? One is speed, and the other is ease of use. This brick takes care of those problems. This alignment guide is for speed. It creates its own horizontal joint, and it allows the brick to be stacked.
That lip, that patented lip, is really an important feature of that new brick. And it really is what is going to make the installer see the beauty of new brick, because he's going to install more brick in one day than he could ever install a clay brick.
So with clay brick, because you're using a lot of mortar, it's a lot of weight, eventually you have to stop to allow it to cure, usually waiting a whole nother day. With new brick, that's just not the case. You can just go as high as you can, as far as you can, with as much as you have.
Brick is held together by fire, and new brick is held together by chemistry.
To find out more about new brick, we're heading to the factory to see how it's made. The raw material is made with an XPS foam board.
When the sheets come in, they look like that. They come in pallets and then go to a next step of cutting each one of them to stick length.
Extremely hot wires cut the sheets into sticks.
A pallet of extruded XPS will make 1,800 bricks.
The sticks then get their lip, or patented alignment guide, and it's off to the meshing station.
After identifying each one of the sticks with our patent number, we go into a meshing operation. The meshing provides strength to our stick and eventually puncture resistance to each one of the bricks. Our next step in the operation is the base coating of the sticks.
When it comes to options and custom colors, New Brick's versatility gives architects the design freedom they never had before.
We have standard colors, textures, and finishes, but we can go beyond that. As long as we know what that customer need is, we can create that and develop that.
We received this sample from a potential customer. We go through the process of first matching for color, matching for texture, and after that process is done, we provide the sample to the customer that is a perfect match. After each one of the sticks has been dried with a finish coating, they go into our final cutting operation where each brick is cut to length. Follow me, I'll show you. We are now in our cutting station where we'll be cutting sticks into individual bricks. Each of our sticks will provide 6 bricks, and the operation takes about 5 seconds. Our final operation in the shipping department is palletizing. There is 6,000 bricks on this pallet alone, and then we're going to be doing shrink wrapping, and it'll be ready to ship.
Now the astonishingly lightweight pallets will be shipped and ready for install.
You know, what will be different with this versus conventional brick is, the fact that it's so lightweight, they can just carry this up the scaffold themselves, just bring it up in bundles. Each bundle has about 90 bricks. They don't need to have special scaffoldings to account for the weight of the conventional brick. So it just makes the whole process a lot easier, certainly a lot more ergonomic because it's not as physical as installing conventional brick.
The application is very easy. It's extremely light, where we were able to lay about 200 bricks in about 20 minutes.
It's not only lightweight, but extremely durable.
One of the great things in modern day materials science is that you can see that the materials you choose affect the properties that you will see in a product. So one of the things we do here is we test things like impact resistance. So we have an instrument here that allows us to drop a set weight onto a material that we've created and allows us to see how it responds to that impact. I'm going to place the brick under this surface, and then it allows me to pick up the weight to a set distance. This is going to be equivalent to about 48 pounds per inch. And if I drop that, then we are able to see that the brick has no significant damage or cracking or breaking to its integrity. Now in comparison, if I show you a thin brick, I can take the exact same test apparatus, I place it under there, and if I lift it to that same amount of force and drop it on there, when we drop that, we can see that the material is brittle and will crack due to the nature of the clay material.
Prior to new brick, it was really difficult to, let's just take renovation as one example. It was really, really difficult to renovate a construction or a building that was already existing with clay brick.
If a clay brick breaks, it's a little challenging having to cut in, remove the old mortar, fit a piece in, remortar it. It's more time consuming than you would think.
Today, we have the ability to match how that brick looks on an existing building through our customization capabilities here at our new brick facility. So we have a team of folks who literally will take the existing bricks that come in, and they will make our new brick look exactly like those bricks, so that when you renovate that building, you don't even know the difference. It just looks completely seamless.
Today we're making so many different textures, so many different colors, different variations, different shapes. These are all things that brick just simply can't do. With new brick, the owner's a winner because he gets an energy efficient building, he gets the look of brick, and that's really what he wanted. It's great for the architect because he can design a building much more easily. And then the general contractor, of course, can now construct a building, and he can do it in a timely manner, and he can get it done within budget. So whenever you can find a way that you can get more done with less people, it's a winner.
Well, that does it for this episode of Office Spaces. Join us next time as we continue our search for the most innovative people and ideas in the world of architecture and design.